Welcome to this week's video email, Songs for Growing Minds, the research behind the music. I hope your week has gone smoothly. Did you manage to treat yourself to something special during the week? Mine didn't actually involve any ice cream, but I did eat far too many brownies. At the start of a new academic year, I often return to music education research. It helps me ground myself, revisit the foundations and explore the latest findings so that my practice stays fresh and effective. Nothing stands still in education, as we all know too well, and I want to be sure that my approaches do justice to the research. Alongside discovering new studies, I also return to some old faithfuls, Graham Welch's research on children's musical development and Nicola Burke's Music Development Matters. Both continue to remind us that music in the early years isn't optional, it's foundational. Having spent August focusing on DEI principles for professionals, parents and carers, I realised my most important raison d'etre, promoting quality musical education for young children, had taken a slight backseat. So this year, I'm launching an occasional series in these weekly emails, Songs for Growing Minds. Over the coming weeks, I'll be highlighting original songs from my teaching repertoire. Each one has a story and each carries its own musical integrity, grounded in research on how children learn, develop and thrive. But first, let's create the context. When I think about music in the early years, I often return to Graham Welch's research on children's musical development. He mapped how young children progress musically, from early babbling and playful sound making through tuneful singing, rhythm awareness, and expressive use of the voice. His framework highlighted two things that remain vital today. Every child is born musical. Development follows a recognisable pathway, just like language or movement. Environment matters. The songs children hear, the encouragement they receive and the value placed on music all shape how that potential unfolds. Welch is one of many influential voices in this area, but his clarity on musical development as a universal human process continues to shape how we think about early years music today. And I have a particular soft spot for him, having worked with him during my own PhD studies. Fast forward to the present, and neuroscience adds another layer. Studies now show that musical activity stimulates multiple brain systems at once. Language, motor control, emotion and memory. This confirms what practitioners have long felt. Music isn't only about musical learning, but a bridge for learning itself. This is why I'm sharing this backdrop now. Over the next little while, I'll be opening up the backstage thinking behind the songs that I've composed. I'll share the stories, the structures and the research threads that underpin them. My hope is that they'll give you practical tools and a deeper sense of why music matters in the early years. Looking forward to seeing you again next week, and thank you so much for watching.